Mixed feelings of pain, fear, and hope filled the maternity ward of the General Hospital in Peru when a 32-year-old woman, Esther Shuai, would give birth to triplets, an indigene of Ibarra-Rile in Abeokuta resident in Ishara. She never imagined that joy would meet her with uncertainty as the news of the triplets reportedly made her husband flee. But in the midst of her struggle, help came her way as wife of Ogun State Governor Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun stepped in.
On the second day of January 2026, what should have been a moment of celebration turned into a test of courage for a young mother, 32-year-old Esther Shuai, an indigene of Ibarra-Rile, but resident of Iperu, who is already a mother of 2 boys, went into labor and was rushed to the General Hospital Iperu in Ikenne local government area of Ogun State. And against all odds, she delivered triplets, all boys, weighing 2.4 kg, 1.5 kg, and 1.08 kg respectively. Dr. Olukayode Taiwo, a consultant gynecologist in the medical facility, described the delivery as delicate but successful, noting that the mother and 2 of the babies are medically fit and safe.
Came in at 28 weeks. That was the first time she came to register. So from there we have been monitoring her. So the plan was to deliver around 34 weeks, probably 34 weeks. When she came in at that 31 weeks plus, draining, we knew that we had to section her. Within few minutes, she started bleeding while we were on the way to theater. Significant bleeding. So we had to hasten up, resuscitate her, and got babies out. The babies didn't come out too good, but with the effort of the team, we started resuscitation. We were able to bring the whole 3 babies back.
While medical personnel battled to stabilize the newborns, shock followed the announcement of the delivery as the woman's husband reportedly abandoned the family after hearing the news.
I urge the government to support my family with scholarship for the triplets and jobs for my husband and I.
News of the woman's condition and her sudden abandonment reached the wife of the state governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, who swung into action by visiting the General Hospital to assess the situation firsthand. Mrs. Abiodun commended the medical team for their professionalism and reassured the mother of government support.
The team that they have here is superb, excellent. I mean, they're very efficient. Otherwise, they would not have been able to save the lives of these three babies. So it's now up to us to let our women know that it is important and it is vital for them to go and receive antenatal care on time, especially now that the federal government has made provision for people to receive this kind of attention on time.
Mrs. Abiodun promised that the state would not turn its back on the family, pledging assistance towards medical care and welfare for the mother and her 5 children. Margaret Otunlola, OGTV News.
Meanwhile, the Ogun State government has demonstrated compassion and support for maternal and child welfare as Governor Dapo Abiodun donates the sum of 2.5 million naira to a mother of newly born triplets in the state. The donation was made to Mrs. Omobolanle Shuaib, a 32-year-old woman who gave birth to triplet boys on January 2nd at the Muhammadu Buhari Mother and Child Hospital in Remo in the Ikenne local government area. Governor Abiodun, while presenting the check to the mother at the hospital premises, says the gesture was aimed at supporting the family and easing the burden of caring for the newborns. Governor Service Correspondent Yusuf Ghania report.
In fulfillment of its mandate to protect the welfare of women and children, the Ogun State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development visits the General Hospital Iperu to identify with Mrs. Omobolanle Shuaib, whose husband reportedly absconds shortly after she delivers triplet boys on the 2nd of January. Governor Dapo represented by the State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Honorable Adijat Adeleye, explained that the intervention is part of the state government's social support programs designed to assist vulnerable residents and encourage safe childbirth among women in the state. While commending the hospital management for professionalism and quality service delivery, the governor assured the family that all outstanding medical bills will be settled.
But we are here today in Ekperu to celebrate with the woman, to provide intervention that we have been mandated by the governor to do. The governor insisted that we have to be here today. And the governor has said, which I have relayed to her, that anything medical, anything about the bills in the hospital, she should forget about it. The government is picking it up. Not just that, we have handed over the cash of 2.5 million to Mrs. Tribe.
It further pledged financial empowerment for the mother to strengthen her business and enable her to adequately care for the children. Governor Abeokuta noted that the support is a continuation of similar interventions extended to women across Ogun State, stressing that women empowerment remains a priority of his administration. He has that several empowerment and development programs are already lined up for women in the new year in recognition of their crucial role in governance and societal development.
On interrogation, she said she used to hawk beans. But there's no way she will be hawking beans and taking care of. She had 2 boys previously. Now she has 3, making 5. So there's no way we will leave her to continue hawking. We are going to make sure that she has something that is sustainable that she will be doing. Something that will give her enough time to tend to the welfare and the well-being of our children. Because the welfare, the well-being of every children in Ogun State means so much to His Excellency. And that mandate he has given to the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development to protect. So these children are our children. We are going to walk the journey with Mrs. Tribe. We are going to be with her all through the journey until she finds her feet steadily on the ground.
Responding, Mrs. Omobolale Shuaib, who hails from Ishara in Remo North Local Government Area, expresses heartfelt appreciation to the governor for what she describes as timely and life-changing intervention.
mo wá gbọ́dọ̀ àpàbọ́dún bọ̀ ní ìlú wọn níbi tí màá sọ pé kíní ní tiẹ̀ lérò pé mo tèrè rí orí ọ̀fẹ́ láti ọ̀dọ̀ Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún àti ìyàwó olórí wọn inú mi dùn gidi gan mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn.
The gynecologist who delivered the babies, Dr. Taiwo, gives a brief medical account of the delivery, describing the condition of the mother and the newborns as stable.
And she was 7 months pregnant when she came. So they refer to us because it was more than what they could care for. The woman requires expert care. So from when we started caring for her. We were seeing her every week, hoping to deliver her by cesarean section at a fixed date. We already fixed the date. 3 weeks after, about 31 weeks and 5 days, she came in with labor pains, and she had drained or she had seen water. Within few minutes getting to the hospital, she started bleeding heavily. So we knew that most likely the placenta had sheared off and the babies were at risk. So the team was on ground. The nurses were on ground. The whole team, the full team was on ground. It was in the middle of the night. We were able to resuscitate her, and immediately we commenced the emergency cesarean section. The babies came out not too good initially, but with our expertise and with our efforts, we were able to resuscitate her, and with God, we were able to resuscitate her and bring the 3 babies back to life.
Earlier, the wife of the governor, Mrs. Abeokuta, visited the hospital to felicitate with the mother and welcome the triplets. Yusuf Ganiyu, OGTV News.
The Defense Headquarters has renamed Armed Forces Remembrance Day as Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day. This was confirmed in a statement by the Director, Defense Information Major General Samaila Uba. He said the change was to reflect the dual purpose of the occasion, which is to honor 7 personnel of the armed forces of Nigeria, while also remembering those who lost their lives in the defense of the country. Uba said the annual event is preceded by a week of activities and culminating a parade and breast laying ceremony on January 15 He said January 15 is set aside annually by the federal government of Nigeria to honor the living personnel of the armed forces of Nigeria, while acknowledging the sacrifices of those who have paid the supreme price to safeguard the nation's territorial integrity, as well as the lives and properties of its citizens. He urged media organizations to adopt the new name in all future reports and coverage. Armed Forces Remembrance Day has traditionally been observed on 15th of January to commemorate Nigerian soldiers who died in the service to the nation. Meanwhile, activities marking this year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebrations in Ogun State continue with a special church service on Sunday, 11th January 2026. Venue is the Cathedral of St. Peter at Abeokuta, beginning at 10 in the morning. A statement by the Secretary to the Government of Mr. Talabi revealed that the celebrations will be rounded off with a grand finale on Thursday, January 15, 2026, with a special parade and laying of wreaths at the Arcade Ground, Governor's Office came off Abeokuta at 10 in the morning. The statement further urged all invited guests to be seated 30 minutes before the commencement of each program. A grand 60th birthday ceremony has been held in Abeokuta for Engineer Oyedelere, the Deputy Governor of Ogun State. The Grand Mufti Emirate of Ilorin, Sheikh Dr. Suleiman Farouk Onikijipa, in his sermon stressed that good parenthood is key to productive society. For Wura Adison report that the Deputy Governors of Lagos and Ekiti State were in Abeokuta for the event.
Engineer Oyedelere, the Ogun State Deputy Governor, is 16 grand style. Every strata of the society came around to celebrate a woman described as a combination of brilliance, selflessness, and faith. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo and other prominent politicians, women professionals, and Islamic religious leaders from Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Ondo, Ekiti, Delta, Edo, and Kwara also registered their presence. The traditional ruler, including the Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, Adeokuta and Akarigbo and paramount ruler of Femoland, and other traditional rulers were also seated to honor the Ogun State indefatigable and amazing deputy governor. Right Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, Speaker, Lagos State House of Assembly, and his Ogun State counterpart, Right Honorable Dudaisi Elemide, the Chief Judge of Ogun State, Honorable Justice Mosumola Dikweolu, and the Secretary to the Ogun State Government, Tokunbo Talabi, were also in attendance. In his sermon, Mufti of Ilorin, Sheikh Sulaiman Onikijipa, told parents to train their children, whether boys or girls, for intense care in their old age. Sheikh Onikijipa described Engineer Oyedelere as humble, brilliant, and a team player. This was also the take of the wife of the Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, disclosed that the celebrant was a childhood friend who, while growing up, attended the same Quranic school with her. According to the wife of the governor, Rotimi, as Engineer Oyedelere was called in the formative days, was brilliant, full of life and energy.
My darling sister Rotimi, happy birthday. I am so happy for you. I'm so happy for how far you have come. I'm happy and I know how far you go by the grace of God.
Obadewale Ajayi, a colleague of the Deputy Governor at the period, speaks.
Deputy Governor and I, we go back a long way, and I'm so happy to see her progress. All we can continue to do is pray for her. Fantastic human being, very brilliant, articulate.
The Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, Adeokuta described Engineer Oyedelere as cerebral, well-groomed, and well-behaved. Our colleagues in the cabinet eulogized her as a team player.
As assisted by this, she has been a wonderful pillar in this administration, giving all her support, morally, spiritually, to His Excellency. They have a joint ticket, and she has really proved that she's Omoluabi to the core.
The Deputy Governor is a forward-thinking female leader, and she's a very intelligent lady, full of wisdom and very calm. And for us female commissioners, she's been an amazing leader and very motherly.
She combines intelligence with good manners, and I think, you know, those are very good rare combinations that can take somebody, you know, far.
Her spouse, Dr. Bodio Idele, says she is an amazing wife. The Deputy Governor, Engineer Salako Idele, showed appreciation to the people and prayed to continue to dedicate her life to the service of God and humanity.
Tí èmi náà pé ọmọ 100 ọdún, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run tí ó ṣẹ̀dá mi, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìyá mi àti bàbá mi tó jẹ́ pé ọ̀dọ̀ wọn ni mo tọ̀ wá sí ilé ayé. Mo dúpẹ́ sí Ọlọ́run tó jẹ́ pé àwọn àbúrò tó dá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Ọlọ́run fún mi. Àwọn ọmọ mi, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn. Baálé mi, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹbí àti ará.
Prayers were said for the celebrants, our family, Ogun State, and Nigeria by clerics from all the 4 divisions of Yewa, Egba, Remo, and Ijebu. Adepuwura Adesanwo, OGTV News.
The Ogun State Council of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, has congratulated Honorable Kayode Akimade, Special Advisor on Information and Strategy to the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Abeokuta, on the occasion of his birthday. The Council described Honorable Akimade as a seasoned media professional and strategic communicator whose wealth of experience has continued to add value to governance and public communications in Ogun State. Under his leadership, government information management has been strengthened through timely, accurate, and people-focused communication, helping to bridge the gap between government policies and the citizens. The NUJ, in a release jointly signed by the Council Chairman, Comrade Wale Olariwaju, and Secretary, Comrade Bumi Adigun, commend Honorable Akimade for his cordial relationship with journalists and his unwavering support for press freedom, professionalism, and responsible journalism across the state. The Ogun NUJ wishes Honorable Kayode Akimade good health, wisdom, and greater accomplishment in his service to Ogun State and the nation at large. The city of Abeokuta today stood still in remembrance as the sons and daughters of Igbaland gathered to honor one of its greatest founding fathers, Lishabi's successor and warrior leader, Shodeke, had a symposium marking the 181st anniversary of his demise. Our reporter, Lydia Lawyer, reports that as part of activities lineup for the occasion tagged 181st Shodeke Day was a lecture that described the great warrior as a man with many influences larger than his strength. Her report.
Shodeke, a renowned Egbawa general and visionary leader, played a pivotal role in the resettlement and unification of the Egba people in the early 19th century. Following years of displacement and warfare, Shodeke led the Egbas to the rocky enclave now known as Abeokuta in 1830, where they found a refuge and established a stronghold that later evolved into a major river city. His leadership laid the foundation for peace, unity, and organized governance among the Egba people until his death in 1845 to commemorate the 181 years since his demise. Notable personalities, scholars, youth, and cultural associates converged for a symposium that examined the life, leadership style, and enduring legacy of the Egba hero. The event also marked the 181st Shodeke Day, a platform designed to rekindle historical consciousness and cultural pride among the people. Gracing the occasion was the founder of Citadel Global Community Church, Pastor Tunde Bakari, also a son of the soil, who highlighted Shodeke's courage, strategic intelligence, and commitment to unity, describing him as a symbol of resilience and collective survival.
That was a selfless man. His impact will ever be felt. They've not finished writing history about Shodeke. Shodeke Day will become so renowned in Egba land that nobody will go. We don't want any bush. It's okay to have Igbo Lishabi. We want city of Shodeke. We want our children to be raised in such a way that they will be frontline educationists, frontline scientists, and Shodeke Day will begin to sponsor such people.
Guest speakers also stressed the importance of preserving history and passing down the values of selflessness, bravery, and communal living, which Shodeke embodied.
When we put the third person, nobody will take us away from here. That nobody will take us away. So once put the care and conscience that this man is in a class of his own, is greater than anybody when you are talking of advertising. So that's why I was writing that the last word of the like I said, the father of the new nation. This is the new nation, and Shodeke is the greatest here.
The 181st members of Shodeke served not only as a reflection on the past, but also a renewal call to uphold the unity and vision upon which Abeokuta was founded. Olaide Oloye, OGTV News.
Straight to sports. With all crucial matters settled now, the Super Eagles of Nigeria arrived in Marrakesh on Thursday for the quarterfinals game against Algeria at the ongoing AFCON in Morocco. Our man, Abeokuta Alabi, reports that atmosphere in Morocco is that of optimism ahead of the match. His report.
The stakes have become higher now as the last 16 teams at the African Nations Cup in Morocco go into action for semi-final slots. And for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the support and the expectations from Nigerians here are infectious and almost arrogant that the team will run over Algeria on Saturday. If with the quality of players we have, individual quality of the players we have, and the combination we have, and with the pace of which the coach is understanding the players and the players are understanding him. I think we have no reason to if not to see a better performance against Algeria coming on Saturday.
Of course, Algeria is also another team that also shows capacity as well. But with the momentum that the Spiders have built over time in this tournament, of course, I believe that might not be easy, but I foresee a win.
200 million Nigerians are expecting that we should bring back this trophy. And the only way we can bring it back is to advance further into the competition. They have also downplayed the issue of bonuses and on-field exchanges between top strikers Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman.
The Osimhen-Lookman issue, it is more of passion. It is more of somebody trying to ensure that the team do more better. We've done well. It was 3-0 as at the time they had the disagreement. And after then, they still want to do more. It is the burning spirit that they want to do more.
I think there was an on-field incident, and like any sportsman, I play football, I play different sports. Sometimes you get carried away with the passion. It was just an on-field incident that the boys immediately would have forgotten about. That is the nature of the game. That's the nature of the game of football and sports.
We have resolved a little bit of a small delay type of payment that may resolve. Our boys at high speed, and I hope that they will do us proud.
This atmosphere is gathering momentum here as more Nigerians are coming in ahead of the crucial match between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and Algeria on Saturday. In Casablanca, it's been Abeokuta Alabi reporting for OGTV News.
And just before we go, let us remind you that the time is always right to do what is right. That's according to Martin Luther King Jr. That's our news this afternoon. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now.